sometime later this spring. Whoa. And with all that wind,
yeah,
it gets blown all over the place.
Catch a break anywhere. We got terrible pollen, and now obviously we're not going to see a lot of moisture to help that calm things down a little bit. So let's go ahead and start with this. Fire Weather Watch. Hey, huh? Yeah, you guys are welcome for that.
A party.
You like that, don't you? Oh, wait till you see these snowpack numbers and the La Nina outlook. I've got more coming for you. All right, Fire Weather Watch across the Northeast. Over the next few days here, we're going to be very dry, obviously, and we're going to see some gusty winds, especially by Thursday, and that's really going to peak our fire danger out there by Thursday afternoon along the east slopes of Sacramento Mountains. We're also dealing with this also down around the Guadalupes, too. 56 degrees in the metro right now. Southeast winds 3 miles an hour. Really, wind's not a huge factor today. They're not going to be a huge factor for tomorrow. But as we get into Wednesday, we'll start to feel them ramp up a little bit as storms continue to go to our north. For now, though, temps nice and mild, 30s and 40s to the north, Los Alamos, Farmington a bit warmer. Down to the south, 40s, 50s, and some low 60s around Las Cruces as we speak here. Some high cloud cover pushing its way through as we speak. Another batch of clouds will approach for tomorrow. This will give us partly cloudy skies, but it's still going to be pretty nice out there. Temperatures, though, will be similar to today. High 60s across most areas of the central portion of the state, some 50s to the north, 70s, and maybe even some 80s for us down to the south. But the overall trend of partly to mostly sunny skies holds. As we get into Wednesday afternoon, we are going to start to see a storm that's going to try to work its way in our direction. As it does that, we'll peak the temperatures out a little bit on Wednesday. And as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, we'll start to see those winds crank up as well. And then Thursday is really the day where we've got some real issues here because temperatures will be very, very warm and the air mass over us will be very, very dry. And the snowpack is not good. This is a very bad situation. Across the Sacramento Mountains, we are 71% below average for this time of year. Over into the Gila, 74% below average. Again, you expect to be below across the southern half of the state, but this far is really rough. 55 in the Jemez, that's rough too. Over in the Sangre de Cristo, below here as well by about 28%. As you get up into the San Juans of Colorado, that's when things start to change. You end up pretty close to average here, and then farther up to the north where they've had more storms, things are much, much better. So how does it look for this coming spring? Will things get better? Yes, they will, but they're not going to improve so much that we're going to pull out of this deficit. Here was the winter forecast on what we expected this La Nina to do. 30 to 50% below average to the north, more than 50 down to the south. Sadly, that's played out for us, unfortunately. What we expect for the spring is these numbers to start to back off a little bit. We're supposed to get a few more storms in here, see things calm down a bit. So maybe close to normal across the north central sections, 10 to 30 below, 20 to 30 below average across the south. So things should get a little better for us, but again, we're still not going to make up any ground. We're still going to be below average from this point over the next 3 months, it looks like. That can always change, though, and hopefully we'll be wrong on that one. 50s and 60s across the four corners for tomorrow. 7-day forecast, relatively quiet. Chance at a shower or two on Thursday in Durango, and then possibility of Farmington getting into the act by the beginning of next week. Down to the south and west, temperatures here 70s and some low 80s around Las Cruces. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, but overall a pretty nice day. Over into the southeast, looks good here for tomorrow. 78 Roswell, 72 Portales, and 74 in Fort Sumner with sun and clouds out there. Your extended forecast for Roswell, warm by Thursday. Look at that temperature, 90 degrees, and winds could be up around 30, 35 miles an hour. So that's going to make for, needless to say, a very difficult fire forecast. 55. Nowhere on this map. How about 65 in Springer, 61 in Roy, and 65 in Las Vegas. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Over the northern mountains, temperatures anywhere from the 40s in Red River all the way up to the 60s in Santa Fe and Espanola. Your Santa Fe extended forecast temps in the 60s through Thursday, then dipping a bit by Friday, but still pretty nice with those partly cloudy skies. Over into the East Mountains, a little breezy at times tomorrow, but still sun and clouds. Things look good, 50s and 60s. And finally right here in the metro, looks good for us as well. Temperatures in the low 70s in most spots, maybe some high 60s around the foothills, but still looks pretty good. Your 7-day forecast, boy, Wednesday and Thursday's temperatures will be absolutely perfect. The only problem with Thursday will be winds will crank up.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Bad hair day.
Use some rain or some snow or both.
Right about that.
All right, Mark, thank you.
We'll be